Hi there, this is Everest Tall. Welcome to Everest DIY. And today I was going to talk a little bit about painting, how my brain, I don't know how anyone else's brains work, but how my brain works while I'm painting, and talk about flowers and, uh, hustling paintings to make money, which is what I kind of am doing today. I did a update on my website. I've been wanting to make my website work for me, and so I'm putting prices on things. Oh my God, that's crazy. I have a lot of artwork. I would love to sell it, get out into the world, and have it do what it's meant to do, which is be looked at and let your mind drift and think about things and enjoy stuff. So we're going to talk about flowers, which are very important to me. Uh, for a lot of reasons. Yes, they have symbology. Yes, they're beautiful. Not really. No, they're pretty. They're not beautiful. Um, but when I was in high school, my painting teacher at Walnut Hill School for the Arts uh, challenged me, or just put a challenge out there, saying that a flower was the hardest thing to paint. His name was Ken Tai. Wonderful, I mean, like amazing painter, Ken Tai. And because not only do you have the color, but you have the form, and it's small, and the shape of it all. And he was just saying, if you could really paint a realistic flower, you kind of really have your chops. And, wanting to have chops and moxie, I really focused on this idea of a flower being something that I paint. I also like the idea of painting flowers as a homosexual male, for just the that double meaning of it. Behind me, well, actually, I should talk about this first. Let's talk about the beginning. Let's go way back. We're not going to go way back, but we'll go back to grad school. I went to grad school in New England in Yale University. Um, there's got to be a reason why I can't remember that. I think I've talked to my therapist about that one. So I went to Yale, and when I would do these paintings every day. They were timed. It would take an hour. They were very structured. There was a specific time of the day I would do them. And what they were was they were flowers, and I would go around the campus stealing flowers, and I'd paint them, and it would be 1 hour, and I'd try to get the structure, the color, but also my emotional content as I was working. And then I would display them in these large grids, very kind of like postmodern 90s kind of art. But the paintings themselves are great. And I still have a lot of them. I think I might have made 300 of these paintings. And I was very proud of them. I thought that they were really interesting, slightly subversive, and a good series to work on. Now they have this really nice patina. They look really good. They're very cool. I just put them on my website. They're $100. I would love for you to buy them. Buy a bunch of them. Buy them in groups. Enjoy it. But this is what they look like. So they're on wood panel, and thick and juicy. And I would just kind of go at it and just see what would happen. Some of them are weirder than others. That one's kind of beautiful. They have a really nice color to them. Yeah. So those were those. Now, let's fast forward to last week. My garden's beautiful. I'm growing some tulips there. I knew I was going to be doing a tulip painting when I planted the tulip bulbs. There's this really cool thing that happened in the Netherlands. I forgot the dates of it. I think it's 1640 or something like that. It was called Tulip Mania. Essentially, the population of Amsterdam was so rich and so decadent, but Puritan. Well, not Puritan. What would they be? Some one of those Christians where you don't like stuff or have fun. God, I'm so unprepared for this lecture. So the good people of Amsterdam put all their money into tulip bulbs. Tulip bulbs were very rare and exotic. They came from Istanbul, from the Sultan. And it was a great status and a great hard to find kind of thing to get these tulips. And because they only lasted a very small amount of time, it really talked about the transience of life and death. And it relates to the Vanitas paintings. And that way you could buy a lot of stuff and really spend a lot of money, but you're not really accumulating wealth, so it wasn't so sinful or so naughty. So that's the tulip. And I got on a sidetrack. But anyway, so I started this painting. It's back over here. What I did essentially is, so if I'm starting a painting that I already know what the subject is, I'm already thinking about my previous experiences with this painting and making this painting, and I'm automatically doing that. So here I want to just reference these paintings. So I started up here in the corner painting, it's hard to do backwards. There we go, painting the flower right there. So you see, it's kind of like that. And then just working my way down, because the tulip's only gonna last so long. I took the whole bulb and just kind of put it in a, this is what I did. You know, so I just put it in one of those coffee cups. This was another one, but it didn't work out. And then I painted from the top down, from the flower, through the stem, and then into the bulb right here. And when I got to the bulb, I'd already kind of pulled it out, the flower had died. But because it was a different, excuse me, a different time of day, you know, I also changed how it was painted and what was going on in the background. And so now it's got this nice kind of motion here. I don't know what I'm gonna do up here to finish this off. I kind of dig it, but it's kind of stupid. So I had it here. And so now what I have is a continuation of, in my mind, I've got the being in high school, having my painting teacher challenge me, being here in present tense, actually looking at something I grew, paying attention to it. So it kind of made a little bit of sense. Maybe just do a self-portrait over it or something like that. So I just did this. It's not really me, but you get the idea. Since I've already got this kind of air here, I might draw a head on it. That seems kind of cool. Now, while I'm working on these paintings, I'm also doing this. Now, these are, this was an announcement from a show I had, a really good still life show called Beautiful Object at the Jeffrey Leader Gallery. And so this is one of the announcements. And so I'm painting on these guys. I'm making little color notes and textural combinations. These are also for sale on my website. These are 50 bucks. They're oil on paper, so they're not gonna last 1,000 years. It's not archival, but they sure are darn pretty. And they look good in groups. It could be a postcard if you want to be really crazy and just mail it to your mom. You could, that'd be fun. So as I'm working, you know, I'm painting on here, blah, 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 blah. There's another thing that's on the website right now for sale. I have these works on paper. They're framed, so you're gonna get the frame too if you buy it. And these guys, so you can see that. How they were made was, I collected some flowers. I painted them individually on sheets on watercolor. The watercolor paper, and then I cut them out with scissors, and then I just kind of put them in arrangements. The spirals behind, I was kind of imagining that that would also be a flower, but it's kind of be filler flower, just kind of floral information. And then I flipped the canvas. I made it on the back side of the canvas to the right side of the canvas, just to be kind of cute, like you're like seeing both sides at the same time, like you've got like super X-ray vision kind of thing going on there. So these I just priced on the website. These are going to be $1,100. That comes with the frame. They were shown at DCKT Contemporary a few years back. I really love them. I think they're very beautiful. So that's kind of, I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's kind of how my brain is working while I'm painting and painting flowers. I really enjoy painting flowers. They're very, very challenging, very illuminating, humbling. It's very humbling. It's very humbling to try and make something and to make it satisfy yourself and be interesting. There you go. So thank you for subscribing and sharing. If you want to buy a flower painting, for me, it's springtime. You're welcome to. I would love that. That would make me really happy. Yeah, so I hope you have a great day. It's a full moon. Have a good time. All right. Thank you. Much love. Bye.